So it looks like I'm gonna start this video naked. Nah, well no. That's better. What's going on, guys? So currently it is the 11th of March. That was a new weigh-in for me, 198.2 pounds. I'm happy how the weight is dropping at this moment. Like, I'm glad it's not dropping too quickly. Anyway, today I'm gonna be recording a full day of eating, showing you what I eat on a training day. I'm gonna show you everything I consume, even like drinking wise. I thought it would be interesting for you guys. Plus as well, you've still got to count the calories for what you drink. So let's get on with the day. Right guys, so before we make meal one, I'm just going to show you what I bought in Tesco's today and how much I bought and how much it was, because I feel like some people want to know how expensive cutting is. It can be expensive or it cannot be. It depends how smart you are with what you buy. Buy in bulk, I would always recommend, and try buy frozen as well, like veg and stuff. That's always a lot cheaper. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I bought. So I bought 2 boxes of the Quaker Oats. I bought some beef mince, some turkey mince, and that is 580 grams of chicken breasts, 3 packs of long grain rice, this Nando's seasoning, which is so good. I promise you, like, try this. They have all the different, like, hot, mango and lime, mild, whatever you like, and 2 packs of peppers. This all came to £21. Anyway, it's 8:45 right now and we're going to be training at 10 o'clock. So I've got around an hour to eat my pre-workout meal, and that is going to be 3 sachets of the golden syrup oats. The reason I'm having oats instead of Cocoa Pops when 3 sachets of oats is 400 calories and 100 grams of Cocoa Pops is 400 calories is because I found that oats fill me up for a lot longer than the Cocoa Pops did. Like, I used to eat Cocoa Pops in around about an hour's time. I would be hungry, but now with oats they kind of fill me up till I have my post-workout meal. So I'm just going to show you what I have in my pre-workout meal. Right, so as I said, I have 3 sachets of these golden syrup oats. They come in obviously sachets. I think you can buy them in like a box. I'm not too sure, but I found that the golden syrup ones are a little bit more calorific than the normal ones, but they taste so much better, so I'm going with the golden syrup ones for now. Right, with my oats I have Oatly oat milk. This is in the chocolate flavour. Now I would recommend this to go with your oats. It just goes so well and it like creates the most creamiest oats you'll ever have. Right, so in the morning my vitamins are all the same. I have 1 tablet of the high strength vitamin C. This is 1,000 milligrams. They're chewable. 1 multivitamin from Boots. 1 zinc from my protein. I'm thinking about getting the Nutri-Advanced zinc rather than using this, but I'll use all this up first. Then I'll have some glucosamine. I'll have 2 of these to help with the joints. And then I'll have 3 of the triple omega from Holland & Barrett. I did recently buy some Nordic oil, which is the highest grade fish oil you can buy, but I've got to use all of these up first. Right, so my porridge is done. I'm just going to show you what I put on top of it. I put some cinnamon and some low salt. It's exactly the same as the meal you saw in my last video. The cinnamon is from Tesco's. And then I add some low salt as well onto my oats. I only add like a little sprinkle of this. I've been over this so many times, but it's 66% less sodium and added potassium. Right guys, so the pre-workout meal is made. I usually eat it with a teaspoon as well. The reason for that is because I eat it a little bit slower then, and it makes it seem like there's more food. It's kind of like a little, I don't know, like illusion, like a mind game type thing, I don't know. I just find that I eat it slower, so digestion's a little bit better, plus as well, it makes me think that there's more food than it actually is. With this, I have just a glass of water. I might have a black coffee if I'm feeling quite tired, but today I feel okay, and I'm probably going to have pre-workout at the gym, so I don't want to overdo it with my caffeine take before I go to the gym. I want to keep my body quite caffeine sensitive, so when I go to the gym, it'll feel good when I take pre-workout. Right guys, so we're outside the gym now. I've got my EAAs in here. This is 15 grams of EAAs, that's the Redcorn One's Grunt, 30 grams of highly branched dextrin, and 6 grams of creatine. I'm also going to be taking 1 scoop of Total War to get me through this back workout. Anyway, we're going to get in the gym, start warming up for this back session.
What's going on, guys? So I thought I'd do a little voiceover to this training footage and just explain to some of you guys how I train. So I know this video is going to attract a lot of new viewers, so I thought I'd explain how I train, because it's a little bit different to how everyone else kind of trains, and there's not a lot of people that do train like this, but I feel like the people who really know what they're doing train like this, if that makes sense. Now, I don't want to sound arrogant when I say that, but it is kind of I would personally say it's probably one of the best ways to be training. Anyway, basically I train to mechanical failure every single set. So when my last rep doesn't look like my first rep, that's when I stop because I'm cheating the movement. I train with a top set and a back off set. My top set will be with the rep ranges of 6 to 10, so I have to fail in between that rep range. And if I end up getting 10 reps, that makes me, that basically I know that I need to up it the next week. And then with my back off set, I train to 10 to 14 rep range. So if I get 14, I'll know the next week I'll have to up that as well. With this back session, we started with a lat dominant movement with a chest support. A lot of my back exercises do have chest support because I feel I can contract with that a lot more and focus on the movement. I prefer chest supported back movements to any other kind of movement when it comes to back. And I feel like if you're doing barbell rows and stuff like that, I don't really feel it as much as I could. Like, for example, with standing here doing this standing row, it's so much better with a chest support. I just find like I can contract with it so much more. Anyway, like I said, I train to mechanical failure, so I need to fail within these rep ranges. As you can see when I do these movements, when all the reps are the same and they just look like they're starting to get slower and they look like they're starting to get harder, but my form is the same. And that is the main point, is I've been injured so many times that I don't want to get injured anymore, and I'm really getting kind of down on my form and making sure that I'm doing everything correctly to stop myself from getting injured, because obviously you guys know that I've had that kind of pelvis injury for so long, and I still kind of feel it now, and I generally feel like the David Lay program probably like spiked that and kind of started pissing off my pelvis, but I didn't really listen to my body. So this is the whole point of this training, is to listen to my body, be smart with my training rather than kind of just do it with my ego. The third movement, we go on to lat pull down. As our lats are quite taxed, we realize that we can't go that much weight, so we can focus on the movement a lot more. I feel like when I was doing lat pull down as my first movement on a pull day, I was kind of swinging a little bit more than I would have liked to, because I was trying to get the weight on more. But like I said, with a chest supported, we wasn't swinging, and you can't. And for example, with this low row machine as well, it's another chest supported movement where you can't really cheat a lot on. I feel like when movements aren't chest supported, you can cheat on them a lot more. So we do 4 pulling motions, 2 from above and 2 horizontally. And then, is that the right word or is it vertically? No, yeah, 2 horizontally, and then we move on to shrugs. So I train traps every single pull day, and so I'll be shrugging every single pull day. We have this like kind of shrug machine in our gym, and then on the second pull day as well, we'll be shrugging with a Smith machine. So always trying to build those traps, because I neglected them for so long as well. When I was doing deadlifts, I would never train traps. I would never shrug at all, because I thought it was pointless, because I thought deadlifts would work them just as much. But you know, we need to focus on every single muscle when we're working it. And then we move on to rear delts with this kind of rear delt. Well, it's meant to be a delt machine, but we've kind of just bent over it and made it a rear delt machine, which is really good. I feel this more than the reverse pec deck. So if you guys have got this machine in your gym, make sure you try it, because we kind of really underestimated this. And then when we tried it, we really liked it. And it's kind of different because the weight is on your elbows rather than in your hands, and just kind of gives you a little bit more of a different contraction. And then I robbed this one from JP, just a single arm preacher curl. I've always found it very difficult to connect to my biceps, and this has been a very good exercise for us to connect to our biceps. This one as well, we would also do a top set and a back off set. It's exactly the same for arms. It's the same for every single muscle groups, so we don't kind of have different rep ranges or anything for muscle groups. Maybe with rear delts we do a little bit more reps. With certain kind of like smaller muscle groups we might do a little bit more reps, but they will still be to mechanical failure, so we won't be kind of just half-assing these sets. And I've really found that I've rushed through some exercises like rear delts and calves and arms, because you know they're such a kind of pain in the ass when you've done all your big compound movements. And then we just did a little bit of posing at the end, just showing you a little bit more of the back shots. Anyway guys, I'm going to get back to this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this voiceover. If you did, leave a like and let's get back to the vlog. Moist. Right, so for post-workout meal, I usually wait a little bit for my heart rate to drop so it doesn't interfere with my digestion with this food. So this is half a pack of beef mince, 100 grams of swirly, curly pasta, whatever you call it, half a pack of peppers, and the low-fat dolmio sauce. I used to eat this on my bulk, so nothing's changed with this meal. You guys have seen this meal so many times. With this, I'll sprinkle some low salt. I went over this earlier. That's about it for the post-workout meal. A lot of carbs. I like to prioritize my carbs around my training. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this meal and I'll catch up with you guys when it comes to meal 3. Right guys, so for meal 3, if you call this a meal, but I've got 50 grams of whey protein from bulk powders. This is in the flavour strawberry. I recommend this flavour, it is good. It is probably my second favourite flavour from bulk powders. And then I've got 3 squares bars. This isn't the usual meal I would have as my third meal. I'd usually have like this Nando's wrap that I'd make myself. So I'd get the Nando's seasoning, some Nando's Pyrenees that you can get from Tesco's as well, and have some that with some chicken and peppers. But unfortunately, I didn't cook enough chicken today to be able to make that. I just cooked enough for my meal prep and forgot that I was going to eat that today. So I'm going to have to make do with an extra squares bar and some more protein for the carbs and protein side of things. Anyway, after I've eaten this meal, I'm going to get ready to go to Bex's house. I'm going to have dinner there tonight, but I'm going to eat the meals that I've prepped. A big tip for cutting is to prep your meals in advance, so make sure you've always got backup meals and you know what you're going to eat before the day starts. Like, I'm not a huge believer in if it fits your macros. I always like to know what I am eating so I don't just roll with it throughout the day, because then it can get difficult when it comes to your last meal. You know, you might have like only 2 grams of fat, 70 grams of carbs and 20 grams of protein left, and you know, trying to make up meals like that doesn't really, you know, it's not really adequate in a way. So I like to know what I'm going to eat before the day's even started. So I usually tend to eat the same things on rest days and the same things on training days. But obviously my rest days, the food's different from my rest day to my training day because my fats have doubled and my carbs have dropped. Anyway, I'm going to eat these. I'm going to see you at Bex's house for the final meal of the day. Right guys, so we had a little bit of a change of plans. We decided that we're going to stay at my house tonight. This is my final meal of the day. So it is half a pack of asparagus, so I think it's around 62 grams. A whole pack of Uncle Ben's long grain rice and half a pack of turkey mince. So uncooked weight, that is around 250 grams. About cooked weight, it's around 200 grams. I didn't weigh it cooked, but I know uncooked it's 250 grams. On this, I'm going to add some Frank's red hot sauce, if that can focus. And I'm just going to show you the nutritional value on this. If you're cutting, this is the sauce you want. Right, so per 100 grams of this Frank's red hot sauce, there's 25 calories. There is 0.6 grams of fat and 1.8 grams of carbs. So I'm not going to use 100 grams of this. I'm probably going to use like 10 grams, if that. I'm just going to show you how much I put on, but there's literally nothing in this, and it tastes really good. It changes up really dull meals like this. There we go. So that looks like quite a lot, and that is 7 grams of sauce. Right, so 7 grams of this sauce, which is what I've got on there, is 1 calorie, literally 1 calorie. So I can't rate this sauce enough. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this because I'm starving and it's around 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna eat my last meal and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit just to go through the total calories of the day. Right guys, so it's currently the next morning now. Last night I didn't consume
anything else. I didn't have any sleeping supplements or anything like that. Sometimes if I feel kind of restless, I'll take some 5-HTP. I've already been through what I do to help my sleep, and if you want to go check that video out, I'll leave a link in the description below. But so for yesterday's total calories, I had 2,775. Macros wise, I had 208 grams of protein, 369 grams of carbs, and 47 grams of fat. I was 2 grams short on the protein, 16 grams short on the carbs, and hit my fats exactly. So that is kind of a good day. Those macros I try hit to the best of my ability, but obviously it's very difficult to hit each of them spot on, so I kind of just use them as a rough kind of, and just as long as I'm only a couple of grams out every time, it's usually okay, and I'm pretty happy with that, just as long as I'm not going over my calorie intake. My calorie intake, as I said in my last video, is 2,800 calories, so I'm 25 calories below that, which is not too bad. Anyway guys, I know this has been quite a long video, so I want to kind of round it up here. I'm sorry if it's kind of dragged on a little bit too long, but I wanted to make sure I got everything into this video. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, then fuck off. And well, if you want, subscribe. Peace out.